years, giving our city just what we need right now. Baltimore's inspiration station, Praise 106.1.
From the Big Al Studio, Baltimore's #1 accident attorney.
The views and opinions of the guests and hosts you hear are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or its advertisers.
African Voices Radio presents David Adodo Show on 106.1 FM.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
From the Lord. They know they see her for market. A good woman is a blessing from above. Her type will not there for market. I tell you more, Yaku. One year batra kolisa seva. Yano more, those Yaku. One year batra kolisa kumu. Always loving everybody, no discrimination. What I did, man, no competition. Blessings of the Lord. Everyone Yamaka, Moses in a a good woman no come from the Lord. Is a blessing from above.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
You will find that the wife who will find that the good thing. So dear man, and obtain a favor from the Lord. Blessings of the Lord.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of our show, the David Adodo Show on African Voices Radio 106.1 FM. Today we have almost the entire gang, but we have a special person that we have missed for a while now, and then she's here, our queen. We have the queen in the house today, so you can see that we're smiling more. That's the effect that women have. When they show up, we start smiling. You see that we're smiling more, and everybody's looking radiant. Queen, welcome.
Thank you so much. I miss everybody, and I thank you all for reaching out to me. Of course, you know what I was doing, and I thank God everything went well. I miss you guys. Especially you guys know who I miss more. Well, I miss you, everybody. I miss everybody on the show. How you doing? How's everybody doing out there? I hope everybody is keeping safe. Of course, the virus is still out there, but we thank God the vaccine is about to start rolling out. Thanks be to God. And I wish all of us a beautiful Christmas coming and nice holiday.
Oh, that's nice. So, Mr. Charles, how was your week?
Yes, Tunde, so far so good. So, you topped it up by bringing back the win. I know who she missed a lot, but I'm sure, she really missed him last week. He was looking so, it's unbelievable. At some point, Dave wanted to snatch what she was wearing through the phone. Yes, last Saturday. But all that, man, when we'll miss you and we're happy you're back. And
thank you.
Thanks for having me again, Tunde. Thanks for having me this week. I'm glad to be here.
Good to see you, Mr. Charles. And like I said earlier, I like that hat you got on with that big W on it.
Yes. After what we did to Dallas last week.
That's Washington, eh?
Yes.
And of course, our honorable chief all the way in Nigeria. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome to David Adodo Show. The viewers are growing. The listeners too are growing. A couple of people called me today that they will be on the show. So hopefully we are catching them.
Wonderful. That's good news.
Good news.
That's good news. And without much ado, of course, the most handsome person on the show is Jason. That's why we keep
we just keep his post up there.
Exactly. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing well. Y'all are too kind.
We try to be. So we're going to kick off the show today. On a little sad note, we can see that our Mr. David Adodo is not with us. He lost his mother-in-law. She passed away not too long ago. She was 88 years old. And so he's not with us right now. He might join in the course of the program, but he's not here right now. So I wanted to put that out to him and to his family, that on behalf of the David Adodo Show, African Voices Radio, we wish him well, and may the good Lord grant them the fortitude to bear her loss, and also her soul rest in perfect peace. So we, what's the word? We we feel your impact, we feel the loss. It's not easy to lose someone, especially when they are close to you. It creates a huge impact. So, Mr. Adodo, please accept our sympathy. It's an unfortunate, but it's a life well lived at 88 years old. But then we want them to go. So, on behalf of everybody that's it's on this show and on this program, Mr. Adodo, accept our sympathy. So on that note, we start off the program. We're going to take off from where we left off last week. We didn't have enough time to give out the book, the play actually, and we're supposed to play this game for someone to win this book. Before I go on, we have a phone number now that we can be reached on live. You can call into the program and join the discussion, and we'll be able to hear you as you hear me as I speak, and you can contribute to the discussion. The phone number is 443-380-2803. 443-380-2803. It's also the phone number to call to win the play that I have in my hand. And the question to win the play is, who is the author of the play? The play is titled This Proverb. Who is the author of the play? So the 12th caller to call in. So if you call into the studio, you're going to be speaking with Jason. The 12th caller, if you can provide us with the right answer, you will win the book. Once again, the question is, who is the author of the play? And the phone number to call is 443-380-2803. 443-380-2803. The title of the play is This Proverb. So if you can give us the author, I've given enough clue, so with the title, we should, if you listen to the program on that day, you should be able to figure it out. So, so that's what it is. So that put aside, so Mr. Jason is going to let us know once we have that 12th caller, we'll have the person on air. If they get the answer correctly, they win the play, and then they provide us with information how we can reach them, like we did during the Thanksgiving giveaway. And also to let you know, we're also going to have a Christmas giveaway. And this is for our international audience. So when the time is right, I'll provide the information to you so that our international audience can also partake in, what we're doing on David Adodo's show. So it's going to be a Christmas getaway. Santa is going to fly across Africa. So be ready.
Yes, Miss Santa is here already. So she knows.
That's right. So,
and see, are we having gifts for our international listeners and viewers as well? Are we limiting it to US and alone?
We did the US for Thanksgiving, and we're doing international for Christmas.
Yay!
So we had a couple of, but we had 4 winners that called in and won, and then they got their prizes. So, but for the international one, it's going to be for Christmas. So sometime next week, I think we should be getting around to doing that. I'll provide the information as soon as I have it within my hand, within reach. So back to the order of business for today. of course, we're going to start off with the coronavirus. It's and the vaccine. It appears that or not even appears, it's reality now that, more and more people are getting infected, more and more people are dying, and more vaccines are being produced. So vaccine production is going up, people dying are going up, people infection are going up. So everything is going up. When is it going to come down? I know that the vaccines have been, I know that Pfizer and Moderna have, they're seeking for emergency use authorization. Hopefully we'll hear something from them by the 10th and the 17th from the FDA, and then we can proceed. Because in the news today, it's saying that one person dies every 30 seconds from coronavirus. That is serious. This was on CNN. One person dies every 30 seconds from coronavirus.
It's unfortunate.
On average of 2,000 people.
Yes,
2,000 people a day in US are killed by
this virus. So this is. Go ahead, Queen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have a doctor in the house so that he can give more insight to this this pandemic that is really going on. But nevertheless, we listen to news and we know what is going on around. The only concern I have is some people are flying different videos telling people not to take the vaccine. Is this, is that? They're sending wrong signals to a whole lot of people, creating serious fear in the mind of the citizens from getting the vaccine, which is really, really wrong. I saw the video that some people came out to do a peaceful riot in London, telling them that singing that they should not go out to take the vaccine. They don't want the vaccine.
Radio station, we have a phone number now that we can.
So we really need, people really need to know that it is compulsory, because we don't want people, government is trying for not to allow this thing to really eat into the society more and more. We have lost a whole lot of people in the country and all over the world. So if the vaccine is ready, people should be kind enough to go out and take it. And they should please stop sending wrong signal to people, creating serious fear into the mind of people that they're trying to put some chip into the life of the whole world, that whatever you do, they're going to monitor you even when you're sleeping. This is not right. This is not right. I hope, people will listen to what the government is saying, that they should go out and take the vaccine when it's ready.
Yes, we also had this situation when the 5G thing was rolled out. When the 5G telephone thing, people were saying 5G is causing corona, 5G is causing corona, and all that kind of stuff. I do not know what profits them to come out and make put all this false news outside to get to people, because, people are dying. The more false news you put out there, the people will listen to you, people will die, they won't take the vaccine, but like I said, like we all agreed on this show last week, I'd rather take the vaccine, and be safe. I know that I'm safe than to say I'm not going to take it and then contact corona, because really, without the vaccine, there's nothing. There's no medicine out there. Like you have a headache, you take Tylenol, and you're fine. That's going to take care of the corona. The vaccine is the way out.
Yes.
What I found interesting was you had the three presidents in the United States that are looking at taking the virus: George Bush, Bill Clinton, and President Barack Obama. They said they'll line up and take it first to set the tone and the example. So I found that interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is this. Okay. Go ahead, Tunde. The thing is this, if you ask me, I think I heard what Quinn said. He said that a lot of people are concerned that they're going to put a chip in your body and they will be monitoring you and all that. Listen, I can understand if you have any other reason for not taking this. You can say, okay, I don't know what the side effect will be. It's understandable. But coming out and talking about chips, that you've been monitored, let me tell you, there's something people understand. You see, everybody has this. Believe it or not, if you have a phone, everybody knows where you are if they are looking for you. They will turn on your number and tell you where you've been, where the phone was used, and that. So that idea of whether the idea that people will be following, they'll be monitoring.
I'm still on the program. I think I sent some.
And people will be monitoring you or doing this and know where you are. Believe it or not, something that I find that very I find that very funny when people, try to use that as a reason for not. If you don't want to get, that's fine. You can say something else, but just don't keep saying, they want to know where you are and that, because they already know where you are, whether you take it or not. As long as you have this phone, you're using it, once you turn it on, it doesn't make sense to me what people are, the reasons they are giving, So I would like some people just get away from that. Find another reason for not, taking the vaccine, but not the fact that, they will know what you're doing, they will know where you are. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's the reason, man.
Yes, I just got Miss Patience online. Miss Patience, was on our program not too long ago. She's an RN. Miss Patience just, confirm, is concurring with everything that we're saying, that the vaccine is safe. We just need to educate our community. So we employ everybody out there, when the vaccine, and they start rolling it out, please, please, please go out there, get vaccinated, protect yourself. Protect yourself. It's the only thing we have. People are dying every day. People are 30 seconds, somebody dies. As we're speaking, people have died. Just as the fact that we started this program, at 5 o'clock, 16 minutes ago, that a number of people have died already, just as we speak. And then we have this remedy, and then that can help. And people are saying they're going to put a chip in you to monitor you. Let them monitor you. You got Google. Google tells them wherever you are. If you're walking, Google tells you you're walking. If you're sitting, Google tells you you're sitting. So if they're monitoring you, so what? You're already being monitored anyway. So what is the issue? Get the vaccine. Let them monitor you. At least you'll be alive. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't see what.
People won't be doing bad things if people know where you are. So if you think that people knows where you are, you won't be doing bad things anyway.
Exactly. So it's amazing. But folks out there, please, 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 once they roll this out, it's a beautiful thing that the 3 ex-presidents are coming out to be vaccinated, live, so everybody can see it. And of course, if it's not safe, they will not be taking it.
Oh, I forgot that part that it's going to be live. I forgot that part. They were going to televise it.
Yes, it's going to be live. They're going to televise it and show them taking it. If it's not safe, they won't be taking it. So please do not listen to all this propaganda they're putting out there saying that I'm sure the person who started the whole propaganda will take the vaccine himself, to be honest with you.
You're right.
The vaccine himself.
I think Ray wants to say something.
Oh, go ahead, Chief. I don't know if you can hear us. Chief, can you hear us?
I was going to say that. The former presidents of America, Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, had offered to take the vaccine publicly.
Yes.
We are very, very aware of that in Nigeria. And here in Nigeria, the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has said that the federal government should go for the CZ vaccine. But unfortunately, the logistics of transporting those vaccines from one part of the country to the other, considering the speculated altitude and condition by which it could be refrigerated and all that, they make the vaccine a mirage to us for some time in Nigeria, because I don't see how we can manage the logistics of transporting them. We don't have refrigerated vehicles except the ones that are used in transporting fish and frozen chicken. I don't know if we are prepared. When the Senate announced that, that's just a political statement. There is more to it. We've got to get ourselves prepared. We've got to look at, even if the vaccine will go to work for us as Africans, because nobody yet, no science has come out to tell us why we are not infected as other parts of the world are infected with the coronavirus. Until that is settled, we will know whether the vaccine will be good for Africans, for Nigerians like us, because a lot of research are going on, and we are yet to see the results of this research concerning why Africans are not massively infected by the coronavirus. So not until that is settled, saying that Nigeria should go for the vaccine may just be a political statement, because we don't know if that vaccine will work for us in Africa.
Yes, even here in the US, it's a challenge to transport the vaccines from one spot to the other, because it has to be at a certain degree or very cold at some temperature, cold temperature where you can move it around.
They said sub-zero, Arctic weather.
Yeah, so even that is still a challenge for us here in the United States. But I think it's less a challenge for us than it is for Africa, because of course it's hot in Africa, and like the chief rightly said, we do not have those vehicles and stuff like that. But maybe when the time comes, they will provide. This is the time for them to start providing those things and looking into what they can do to move the vaccine around, so that when the vaccine is available, it will be easier. We're ready to move around and not to wait until when it's available. This would be the right time, to do that. So, but please, everybody, take the vaccine. It is safe. I've told you I'll be the first one in line before Jason. Jason said he'll be at the back, so but I'll be the first one in line. So we all going to take the vaccine and be safe.
I'll wait a few weeks.
A few weeks. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait a few weeks. You're probably going to be in line in the next 2 months. I mean, by the time it gets to young man like you or healthy, it's going to be at least sometime in January. So it's not going to be a couple of weeks. You're probably talking about January or February. So you have enough time to make up your mind.
So we'll see how it goes, Jay. Don't worry. I'll take it and let you know. I know it's going to have a couple of side effects. That's bound to happen. You probably have headaches, nausea, and vomiting, aches and pain and stuff like that. It comes with the territory. Every medicine has side effects. But if after the side effects you're well, then hey, let's do it. Ordinary Tylenol gives you side effects. So that's the issue. But I think we should. Go ahead, Chief.
In the history of the world, this is the fastest produced vaccine by medical report. No vaccine has ever been produced faster than this. And people need to be cautious. You understand? Because this is done horribly because of the pandemic and the rate at which facilities are ongoing all over the world. So there's a clear indication that this is done in a rush. This is done without detailed situation as we used to have in the past. So I am not against those who are skeptical, but it's just that religion is wise for people are talking about chips and no chips, monitoring and all that. But when you talk about science, this is the fastest produced vaccine in the world, and it needed to be tested. Well, it has been tested, and we are seeing people taking it. But Africans, like I told you, culturally and religiously and traditionally, we are very concerned people here in this part of the world. And we take our time. Nigerians who rush at things, I bet you, the skepticism that you have in the UK and America is a child's play when it comes to Africa. Africans will not go out, especially if we have an iota of truth to doubt the vaccine. Then you will see that Africans will run away. They won't take it. They will go and take their hearts. They prefer to take their hearts. Particularly the facilities in Africa is not much. So the issue of vaccine is not something great to us here. We are not eager to have vaccine because facilities is not much. Nigerians will tell you. Somebody was talking 3 days ago was World AIDS Day, and somebody said, what is it compared to what is happening in COVID-19? So you see, this is the way we think here. People tell me there's no AIDS, forget AIDS. COVID-19 is treating people badly every day. So this is the way, just like Nigerians, when TSN came, we forgot about our land phone, Nitel was killed. So we easily forgot things when new ones come around. We don't do things properly. So here, I think the issue of vaccine is not a political system. It may not get to us in the next 4 years.
Oh, wow. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and then we'll go into other issues that we have to be. So the phone number to call once again is 443-380-2803. It's 443-380-2803. So the 12th caller is going to win the play. The play is titled Disprover. The question to answer to is who is the author of the play. Thank you. So we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back. Thank you.
You're listening to African Voices Radio. Radio.
Michael, the super sound boy.
It boy down.
Ama ya number, polo ya number, seki ya number, omo alaja kakruma. Ama ya number, polo ya number, seki ya number, omo alaja kakruma. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bang. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bang. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bang. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bang.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
Give you something for you to remember. Oh, I've been telling before, but they don't remember. See the bed to don't enter, they scatter the center. I'm a your number, polo your number, seki your number, I'm a la jaka kruma. I'm a your number, polo your number, seki your number, I'm a la jaka kruma. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bang. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bang. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bang. Ibadi ye bang 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 bakuma bang 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 bakuma.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
All the boys and the girls, all my girls, so you come on. West side so cute. All the mama and the papa go down low. I do like I do. Call my baby. No be play, the bed do they enter body. I'm a your number, polo your number, seki your number, I'm a la jaka kruma. I'm a your number, polo your number, seki your number, I'm a la jaka kruma.
You're listening to African Voices Radio. You're listening to African Voices Radio.
Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay?
You're listening to African Voices Radio. Listening to African Voices Radio.
Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay?
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
How are you doing? Are you feeling okay?
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? My neighbor, my neighbor, my neighbor.
Listening to African Voices Radio.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging out with us. We're back again. This is the David Adodo Show on African Voices Radio, 106.1 FM. We're back from our break. Once again, you can join our discussion. Once again, you can join our discussion. We have a phone number once again, 443 443 380-2803, and that's also the phone number to call if you have the answer to our question to win the play that we have. The title of the play is This Proverb, and we're asking for the author of the play, and the 12th caller will be the winner of the play. So if you have the answer, call in on that number and then give us the answer. So we're shifting gears now. We're going to talk about where we left off from last week so that we can touch on everything that we did not touch on last week, which is security in Nigeria. Mr. Charles, you were very, very enthusiastic about that topic last week when we started talking about it. So I know you didn't get a chance to express all your opinions and views, so we're going to give you that chance now.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying last week, Nigeria right now, there's zero. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, you can't say this about a country, okay? But right now, there's no security in Nigeria. As we all know, a couple of weeks, all these so-called Boko Haram, they come into the states and they kill as many people as they want. Even the United Nations is over, I think they estimate about 100 and something people. And the Nigerian government keeps saying there's only 43 people, farmers, people that went out to work, and they come out there and just massacre them. And nobody saw them, nobody did nothing. I mean, even up to today, the president of the country have not even said anything. The House is asking questions, the senators are asking questions, the governors are asking questions, no answer. The only thing that I saw, Lai Mohammed came out and said, oh, we need a better weapons so we can be. I was like, what is this man talking about? You know, what is this man talking about? They just don't care. Even that the ex-governor of Borno that has all these ties, even the government of the United States told him at some point. You know, the latest thing now that the military came out, I think whatever their head is, said that their problem they're having in fighting this insurgency or fighting all these is that there's some people that are giving them informations. Whenever they plan something against them, they seems to know before they showed up. And it goes back to what United States told them 2000, that was during when Buhari took over, that there are some people, because the first time, if you remember, Obama sent mercenaries to help them fight that insurgency. And when they went in there, did all what they did, they told them that some people within the government that is telling these guys what's going on every time they plan an operation. Now that he's confirming it now, and that's why they can't fight that fight anymore. And that governor, one of the Borno, ex-governor of Borno, I can't remember his name, he's walking around with all the police protection, and he's the one that formed. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the people that formed this Boko Haram, and they continue to sponsor him up to today. Right now, there's no security in Nigeria. Not even now, they are blaming, some of them are blaming NDSA protests, saying that that's what made it worse. You know, it's just so unfortunate. It's the funny thing is that the government have no answer. I saw one of the one of the article, I think either before the vice president before they won the election, he said that if the president could not fight the insurgency, it's an impeachable offense. And now they've been there now, they haven't done nothing. And and people are asking them to resign, and they're not saying anything. It's just horrible. And I know that Chief is laughing because he's on the ground there. He knows more than what I'm saying. But this is just a little bit of, it's unbelievable stories that we hear coming out of Nigeria about this security thing. No security in Nigeria. Now, the governors are they're going to meet with the president. The president have agreed to come. The funny thing is that the president have agreed to come and answer. It's not, that our president doesn't answer questions. He doesn't do interviews. All he's going to do is they're going to write something. Whoever, Lai Mohammed and this communication, they're going to write something and he's going to come out at the Senate and just read it. After reading it, he moves on, But Chief, what do you think?
Well, we can't hear you. We can still hear you. Okay, all right, we can't hear you. By the time you come back, maybe
go ahead, Queen. If you have to shed light.
When issues like this are being discussed, it tears me apart because a whole lot of time I ask myself a question that no one can answer, that how did we get to this point in Nigeria? It's unfortunate that we don't have a government. We don't have a president. When this man was vying for this position, I was one of the people that was against it. The country can never move forward if we have such a dummy, I'm sorry to say this, as a president of the country. When he was the head of state, about over 30 years ago, we knew what happened in Nigeria. He was not the one ruling at that time. It was Brigadier Idiagbon that was helping him. He has nothing, absolutely nothing in his brain. That's why the fact that I think he was in his 30s at that time. And when he was coming back, it's unfortunate that these people are recycling us. There's nothing bad in recycling people or recycling anything. The plastic we use is being recycled, and we're using them. There's nothing bad in recycling, but come back and put in your effort and do something that we believe will move the country forward. But instead of them to do that, I don't know why we are still together. Nigeria is not a country. We don't belong to we don't have the same ideology. Everybody should move back. Everybody should go away. Let the Hausas rule themselves. Let the Igbos, the big glamour that they want to live, let them go. Because right now we're not together. Because what the southern people are saying and the eastern people are saying, the northern people are not saying it. Yep. I saw one thing that somebody posted on Facebook, on one of the social media, that go and look at the Constitution of Nigeria, that Christianity is not mentioning, that Islam, that the country called Nigeria is Islamic State. And right now they are showing it in the system that they want to take it back to where they believe it will belong. And we don't belong there, and that is not the way to do it. We never believe that we can have so much insecurity, so much debt in Nigeria. It is sad. And we don't have, nobody is even talking to anybody. We don't have a president. If you have a president, it will come out and address the nation. This is just like a joke. They started this thing to destroy Jonathan's government. That was how they started. And right now, they can't contain it. Yes. General Dajima came out one time. He said, if there's an unrest in any country and it's over 2 weeks, the government has a hand in it. He was a military person. He knew what they do. He was part of the government of Nigeria at a point in time. So he knew what he was talking about. But we don't have nobody to fight for us. We don't have nobody that can even come out to say this is wrong. I remember that time, I'm not going to mention name, somebody was going to see Bode Judge when he was in prison. And he was lucky to meet with this guy. It was the SSG for Abacha. I'm trying to remember his name. Are, can you please? Mustafa. The mistake he made at that time was that he did not wipe out all the past head of state when Abacha died. That Nigeria would have been better, which is true.
It's true.
We don't know how Nigeria is going to move forward. Shakarau came out to say that the Boko Haram were responsible for the deaths of over 70-something people harvesting grains in Borno State. Why? He said because they took just one of them and they arrested just one of them, and they are out to kill multiple people for doing that. Who is going to save us? We don't have a government. I believe what is going to help that country is revolution. I keep saying it. People might be saying, okay, you guys are lucky you are not in Nigeria, but this is the fact. It is the fact that we're not facing. You can't move freely in your own country. You're scared to move from Lagos to Ibadan. That is, you're scared to move from Lagos to Abeokuta. That is so close. How many kilometers apart? They encroach all those bushes, the Boko Haram people. Who are the people behind these people? Why can't they get them arrested? None of them are been brought to book. The few of them that were arrested some time ago, they released them. They're gone. So who is behind this?
Wow. Look at what he just said now, Quinn. Look at what he just said. Now that I'm trying to cut in, he said, who will arrest these guys? Even the ones that were arrested. You know, all those displaced, you remember about the displaced people in the north, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody does nothing for them. But look at those few Boko Haram people that they arrested. They say they are giving them therapy. They want them to repent. They have a better life. These guys have a better life. These Boko Haram people that are arrested, they try to give them therapy or whatever. They have a better life than the displaced people in the north.
Chief, do you have anything to say to that? Because you are on the ground and we are.
What is going on? We can't see him.
It's a difficult one in this country right now. You see? Yeah, it's a difficult one now in this country. Are you hearing me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sincerely, you are talking about Boko Haram. Yeah, but you are not talking about the kind of insecurity that is pervading the southwest of Nigeria, the southeast, the south. Traveling now is no more just to you can't travel from Lagos to Benin, from Benin to Port Harcourt. Traveling is no now. An assistant commissioner of police was going to visit his family, having served Nigeria at Maiduguri for a long time, was visiting his family. His vehicle broke down. He was going to trek and was calling his wife. Before you know it, he was hacked down by bandits. Every day people die in Kaduna. Every blessed day people die in Kaduna. You see, what we have now is a total calamity. And I am happy that it's just that we are emotional in this country. Our emotion is ruling over us than our security strategy. When things happen like this, we are calling for the head of service chief. We are asking Buhari to sack this. We are asking. This is just emotional thing. We have been living with this insecurity for a long time. Bandits operate in Zamfara, they operate in Katsina, they operate in Kaduna, and people die every day. Anyway, the president had accepted to visit the House of Representatives and explain. That is it. He's coming to explain, and he may not wait to answer questions. Or they will tell us security matters is not for television. So the president will just come, talk politically. We are handling this, we are handling that. But if you look at the generality of security in this country, to your to Israel, everybody got to make security arrangements for themselves. If you are traveling, you better get a double barrel in your car. You better get a dagger. You better get axe and knives in your car if you are traveling. And if you must travel, don't travel with your family. The thing around now is, if you travel with your family, you are a target because resistance will be low. But if you travel alone, there is tendency that you could pick a race or drive and get safe. But traveling is not interesting anymore. I don't know any safe roads apart from the intercity in Lagos or Ibadan. But leaving the city for another city is a dangerous thing now. The Fulani X-Men will come from nowhere. They are in Abeokuta, they are in Ogun State, they are in Ilaro, they are everywhere. A couple of days ago, a guy of mine whom I know was traveling to Ilaro from Lagos. And his car they formulated it with bullets. So, talking about security, I think we are not experts, but there's more to it in Nigeria right now. There's more to it. I don't want to go political. I don't want to talk the way the Queen has spoken because I live there. You don't live there. There's a lot of insecurity for personal. There are personal insecurity that we are also going through. If you don't talk too much, if you do, you are at the risk of losing so many things, your business, your life. So we want Nigeria. This happened in 1983, and we are witnessing the same thing now. The same thing we witnessed in 1983 is what we are witnessing now. In 1983, we know many journalists were jailed. We know so many things happened, and that's exactly what we are going through now. So the agenda we don't know. I don't want to join to say that there is a Fulani agenda or there is an Hausa agenda. I'm a Nigerian and I believe so much in this country. If this country is going to break, so be it. But I won't be an advocate for the break of this country because the country that I love so much, I was born in Lagos, I lived all my life in Kaduna. I got to love that city so much, but it's a city I cannot visit again because there is insecurity in this country. Let's leave insecurity and go to issues that are around us in Nigeria today. Abdul Rashid Maina, the man who stole about 2 billion naira, has been arrested.
Yes.
He ran away to what we call from the southwest of Nigeria. We don't see Niger as a country. We see it as the 37th state of Nigeria. The country called Niger is the 37th state of Nigeria because there's no border between Nigeria and Niger. And now the president of Nigeria had approved a rail train to Niger. When we have not had train in our country, a rail is going to Niger from Katsina, from Kano to Katsina to Niger. Nigeria is importing fuel. The best refinery in Africa is now in Niger, owned by Nigeria. We are not going to Niger to import fuel into Nigeria. Something is really happening. And it is a political thing that one will not want to go into it. But Abdul Rashid Maina went to the 37th state of Nigeria. He has been extradited back to Nigeria. He was taken to court. He has been remanded in prison. He's going to face the court again on the 8th of January 2020. Apart from Abdul Rashid Maina, police, this is a very, very serious one. The Nigerian police force went to court to stop were created as a palliative, as a way of dousing tension in the country. State police went to court to say that these panels should be stopped. The Inspector General of Police was questioned. He said he did not know about it. I've never had things like that before. That is going to query the officers that did that. That is the legal advisor in the Nigerian police force. Yesterday the case has been withdrawn. The police has withdrawn the case because that is a very volatile situation. Because we are asking that the investigate police brutality. Police went to court to stop the investigation of police brutality. That is a very great aberration, and I don't think it's the best for this country. Well, the Senate is also asking vigorously that the president should sack the service chiefs. The Senate has retreated it again yesterday that the Senate wants the service chief back. Yes, of course, we know that most of these service chiefs, they have attained the retirement age, they have served their terms. The reason why the president is keeping them is better known by me to him. But unfortunately, the people who represent the president, the public affairs department of the president, is not doing good with Nigerians at all. They are taking us for granted. Garba Shehu came out to say that the 43 farmers that were killed did not take military permission, did not take military clearance before they go to their farms. It means that if I want to travel to Ibadan, I need to tell the presidency or the military that I want to travel to Ibadan, my life should be safe on the road. Can you please bring police military men to come and stay on the road? People want to go to their farms to harvest rice. Our food security is threatened. Our food security in this country is threatened. Onions coming from the north. Onion is gold in Nigeria now, if you must know. Yes. Onion is gold in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And that is just the beginning. It's just a minor signal. Tomatoes will be gold. Potatoes will be gold. Watermelon will be gold. Cucumber, that is very common, will be gold. Because these things come from that part. Most of these things come from the eastern part of the North Nigeria and the western part of the North Nigeria. So our food security is threatened, and that is the target of the insurgents. That is the target of when they destabilize a nation. The purpose of this insurgents is to destabilize us. And the training, the logistics, the support for this insurgency is not within this country. It's not within. It's from the outside. People are thinking. So the security apparatus of this country need to sit down and also think in that line, put our economy into a good perspective, put our agriculture. We are not developing anything. There is no drones. Young Nigerians in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Lagos are creating drones and all these things. Government has not deemed it necessary to quickly cordon a place, call it drone village, put these great boys there, let them start thinking, bring Chinese to join them if necessary, and let us start creating. We are not. I saw drones wetting farms in Israel. I saw drones planting grain in Israel. What are we doing? They're not doing anything because Nigeria, unfortunately, went to recycle somebody who, after retirement in 1983, did not go for any training, did not go to any workshop, did not deliver any paper, did not write any paper, did not go to any school. He sat down in Katsina, was rearing cow, and Nigerians felt that is the best man to go and bring to be our president. That's what we have now.
Mr. Shem.
I mean, this is amazing. I mean, I don't know what to say. But the thing is, the chief, one thing again, is Nigeria leasing Aso Rock from any company? Why are we paying rent? Why is there a budget to pay rent for Aso Rock?
I heard about that.
Yes.
Well, you see, at a time in this country, which this is very important, Julius Berger was the second federal government. At a time in the city of Abuja, the sphere of Julius Berger is the sphere of anything. Because Julius Berger was running as a parallel government in Abuja because of the construction that were going on. They built this, they built that, they built the roads, they built this, they built that. So now, I think there was an agreement of, I don't know, I don't want to go to what I don't know, but I think there was an agreement between Julius Berger and the federal government on the maintenance of Aso Rock. At a time, Nigerians, we may not be paying for those maintenance. We may not. And there will be a clause in the MOU or whatever has been drafted that will say if you negate on this promise. So I know for certain, because I was there, I know for certain that Aso Rock was being renovated daily. There's no day you go to Aso Rock, you won't see painting going on, reporting going on, and every day. So, and it was done by Julius Berger, and I don't know the arrangement they have with government. And Nigerian government, we like to hope. we owe a lot. And when we owe a lot, there will be a clause that will say if you owe so, we will pay so. And maybe that's what we are paying.
So it's so crazy that when I saw that on social media, I was like, what? For real? What? They're paying for government house. They're like a rent. That means you're there as a tenant. Somebody was saying maybe China wants to take over Nigeria. They don't know. But from what you said now, since it was
the train station that has been created, the railroad from Lagos to Ibadan. If you are going to fly that road on train, you will pay 3,000 in economy class, you will pay 5,000 in the business class, and you will pay 6,000 in the first class. Lagos to Ibadan by rail. I schooled in Kaduna. I schooled in Okobi. I took train from here. We were paying 14 kobo.
Hello. We have a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Well,
am I heard to the program?
Yes. This is David.
Yeah, you guys have not been online for a while.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We have really missed your program.
Thank you. I was the only one that is missing on the program, actually. We
have missed you guys. You guys have not been online for a while.
Actually, I'm the only one that is not there. Is the queen that didn't show up for 2 or 3 Saturdays now. Yes. Well, I'm back. I
hope our queen is back now.
Yes, I'm back. Thank you. Who is calling, please?
Oh, that's good. We keep on doing the good work. We enjoy your program.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure you spread the word too, by the way. Let everybody know.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So it is just I'm short of words. I don't know what to say. I'm telling you, because we have insecurity of life, insecurity of property, insecurity of food, where there's no food at all. The little we have is still insecure, and we have somebody who sits in the Asu Rock who's probably a tenant, in the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So do you know the funniest thing I saw? I think some people were traveling by train, I don't know where they're going because they didn't mention where they were going. And the train broke down. Yeah, the thing broke down right in the bush. 7 hours.
Yeah.
Right in the bush. What is going on? And this is a railroad that this is a train that they just said they bought or renovated or whatnot. We don't know what happened.
On a very dangerous route.
Exactly.
Abuja to Kaduna on a very dangerous route.
And one thing,
7 hours.
Yes, one thing I know Nigerians, the people in government, one thing I know they do is that whatever that they spoil, they don't use anymore in advanced country. That's what they buy, and they will refurbish it and bring it to Nigeria. That's something that's not going to last in this jet age, in this 20th century, and we're still being treated like this. There was a time in Oyo State, I don't want to mention the name of the sitting government at that time, they brought in all this drugs, all this trash trucks, public trash trucks that didn't last 6 months, and they bought thousands of that for them to be picking trash, and the thing did not last 6 months. This was what they budgeted billions of naira for. When is all this thing going to stop? When are we going to know that we should? When is our orientation going to change? I saw somebody wore a T-shirt. It was on a bike that Nigeria needs to travel abroad to go and learn. Nigeria herself, not the citizens, that Nigeria herself have to travel to abroad to learn. On a lighter mode, some people were saying that, our sitting president now that is leaving soon, they're inviting him to come to Nigeria to come and rule us, that it's going to be better for us.
I'm glad you mentioned something about train. Just something to think about. this train, this is how I don't even know which kind of people actually are ruling us. Sometimes it's just it's so disgusting to talk about our leaders. Listen to this. I hope they will hear this. They wanted to build a train station. They went to China and get a loan for train for whatever that project is. That's no problem. With whatever interest. They award the contract to China to build the contract. The Chinese people brought their all experts, created employment for themselves in China, and brought people that built this train. And look at what you're saying about the kind of train they brought in, the train that didn't even last time. But I mean, who thinks about something like this? What did Nigerians gain out of this project? That's what I want to know.
Because
let me quickly tell you this.
Okay.
Abeokuta, the majority of the people of Abeokuta live on granite. They live on the production of granite from Okobi River and the breaking of rocks to form granite. Now, roads were going to be constructed, bridges were going to be constructed. The Ogun State governor at that time gave this contract to Chinese. The Chinese people brought in their trucks. The cheaper drivers, they don't have jobs anymore. The Chinese brought their trucks, they bought the quarries, they bought the rocks, they cracked the rocks, they packed everything, they packed them. You will see Chinese drivers driving trucks in the city of Abeokuta, Ijebu there and wherever you are, and our people became jobless. The Ghana Association became jobless. They were now begging the Chinese for jobs. You see, and they killed that sector of the economy that has been sustaining the people of that city since the beginning of time. That is what they live on. Anybody knows that cheaper garages are in Abeokuta, Ijebu and all that, but they killed that sector of the economy. You see what we have succeeded in doing in Nigeria. Let me tell you, I was talking about something. Will nobody sit down to look at the microeconomy of this country? That woman who sells the child card can no more afford to sell it again because the banks are taking over. That boy who stays by the roadside to sell the child card to you. They don't look at those things before they take decisions. You could, in a good country, you look at your micro. You are talking about crime. You are talking about people who don't have jobs. You have to look at what sustains the people. Certain things sustain the people. You don't encroach on those things. No matter the technology that you are looking at, no matter the fastness of buying cards on the telephone or all that, it has to be Nigerian solution for Nigerian situation. We don't do Nigerian solution. We look at other countries. Hey, they buy cards on phone. They buy cards on and we start doing it. We are forgetting that the majority of our people live on that terrain. They sustain the many lives that sustain on that terrain. We feel that. Then we will bring in BRT. We will forget about having to inculcate those people into that. Anyway, I want to rest my case on this issue of Nigeria because Nigeria is going to give you attention if you start thinking about Nigeria all the time. I want to start thinking like my brothers and sisters. I want to start thinking like somebody who lives in America because this country is due. I don't want to think anything about Nigeria anymore. I am tired.
No, Chief, please don't give up. You can't give up.
Stressful.
We are not gonna give up, Chief. Please.
So, I'm sorry we've come again.
Except you're asking me to go to war.
No, you can't. No. You can't go to war. We're not going to
continue our discussion again next week. We are hoping we have about 20 seconds to go to the hour. So, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you all again for being part of this program, audience and listeners. We are on Facebook. We are also on Instagram and YouTube and all the social media. Please stop by to take a look at our program. And also, we have a live phone line now. You can call into the program. Phone number is 443-380-2803. So I would like to hand off to my colleagues so they all can say their farewell, and then we can round this off. So the Queen first. Welcome back again, Queen.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful show today, and we still have so many things to discuss. Because when we're talking about our country, Nigeria, it's sad, it's hard that things like this is going on. We don't plan to get to this stage, but I know that the new generation that they're here now, the Sorosoke generation, they know what they're doing, and we know Nigeria is going to stand up. It's going to be better one day. Thank you so much for joining us for this program, and we say a very big thank you to all our sponsors. I won't be able to mention their names today until next week because the time is fast spent. My name is Desola Komolafe-Egbeyemi, and we'll see you next week on David Adodo's shows. Thank you. Be safe, please.
Mr. Charles.
Yes. I know we're late. Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on next week. All be safe, please. Be safe.
So on behalf of everybody on the program and those that are not here, we thank you for listening and for joining us. My name is Tunde Phillips. We will have another program next week. We look forward to seeing you. Nobody has won the book, so the contest is still on. So put it up for next week again. Thank you all so much, and have a safe week. Thank you.
Go back and watch other. That's a clue for those who wants to find out the author. Go back and watch other previous show. You get a clue from there.
See this kind of love we give, I never see before. I never see before.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
WLIF HD2 Baltimore.
The all-new Praise 106.1.
An Urban One radio station, minority controlled and operated and serving the African American community for over 40 years.
Giving our city just what we need right now. Baltimore's inspiration station. Praise 106.1.
From the Big Al Studio, Baltimore's #1 accident attorney.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now, you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
Hello, Baltimore. This is Ramona Jones McClain, your friendly neighborhood farmers insurance agent. Located